YouTube, what's good with y'all? It's your boy Heavenly Man Solo, back at it again with another video. Appreciate all the love and support on my videos, man. Appreciate all the love and support recently. We going up. Before I get into my topic today, I'll be quick on my intro. I met the Lord Jesus Christ in a dream. He came and revealed himself to me, the real Christ. Crazy dream, changed my life, honestly, and just it's humbling to know that he sees fit, or he saw fit to use me to bring a word like this. I've been sitting on this for probably about, I would say probably 4 to 5 months. I ain't said nothing about it because it was that real to me. I didn't know if this was something I should share, but the Lord has put it on my heart to share it, so that's what I'm gonna do. With that being said, without him, this wouldn't even be possible. I wouldn't be able to bring any of these videos to you, because without the Lord Jesus Christ, I'm nothing. He's everything. With that being said, I'm 55 seconds into my intro and we done. So we doing good on time. Let's get right into it. Okay, boom. Okay, put this in 2 times speed if you need to. I'm gonna try to keep it short and sweet, but I gotta get all the details for you and set it up so you can hear what I'm saying and so you get the full picture. But put it in 2 times speed so you get this whole word. Okay, to start. So check me out. It's a group of us, a group of like 15 of us. I don't know any of these people personally. Like in my mind, I didn't know any people in the dream, but I knew I was in a place where I was safe, quote unquote, if that makes sense. Like none of these people were, quote unquote, out to get me. Wasn't the spirit of uneasiness. We were all just excited to go hear this speaker speak. Now, at this time, I didn't know the speaker was Jesus Christ, but as we're walking in the stadium, I'm just excited the same way people go and see pop artists in concert, or go see a gospel artist or Christian rap artist in concert. Kind of the same thing is you're just anticipating, you're excited to do that, right? And so as we're walking into the stadium, it's like an outdoor amphitheater type vibe. As we're walking in, people begin to fall off. Like basically, a mother's child would start whining, so that she would push her, a little cart with the child in it and go off to the left. A businessman's phone call rang. Both these things happened in my dream. A businessman's phone call rang. He answered the phone and had to like step away and go a different direction, right? So as we're walking, I'm like, shoot, I'm going in here, you know what I'm saying? It's not a concert, but I'm going in here to hear this man speak. I know that's what I need to do right now. So that was kind of my mindset. As I sit down, even more people start to leave, right? And I'm getting excited, so I'm trying to set the tone because it gets crazy in this dream. I'm sitting down, boom, and he begins to speak, man. As he begins to speak, his face was shining. Like, imagine like sun rays coming from his face, right, in all directions. But it wasn't blinding me, but I couldn't see his face. It was almost like this, right, in front of my face. Like, you see how my hands are? But sun rays. I couldn't see his face. But the words he spoke were so pure, I started to cry immediately. As soon as he opened his mouth, it was almost like his vocal notes were not only auditory, you could hear them, but they were visual, you could see them. It was like the notes were flowing through the air like this, like almost like water waves. You could see and hear what he was saying, and it was going right into my chest, and I started to cry and weep. And he was speaking about addictions in my life specifically. He was like, if you want to get free, do X, Y, and Z. And it wasn't in a way, it was in a stern way, right? Like it was a strong, like the word was so strong, but it was wrapped in so much love. The love was so pure. It made me, as a grown 25-year-old man, just immediately start to cry and cry and cry as I'm listening. But I'm stuck on him. Like I'm just sitting there like, you know what I'm saying? I'm dialed in, right? I'm looking at my notes to make sure I don't miss anything because I wrote it down. As he's speaking the pure word, right, and the words were animated, boom, even more people begin to leave. So it was probably like 14, 15 of us at first, and now we're like down to like 5, 4, 3, 2. It gets to the point where I'm the only one sitting there. And only thing that's going through my mind at this point is I know this is Jesus Christ talking to me. And why are people leaving? Why would you leave? Why? I'm in my head, like as he's talking, I'm looking around. I'm like, why are they leaving? But I'm focused, but I can see my peripheral. And as he's speaking to me, what he tells me in my mind, he's speaking to me about something different, but he communicates in my mind and he says, my sheep know my voice. So that's the first point. It's my sheep know my voice. What he was telling me is, because you know my voice, because you're tuned into my frequency, because you love me and your heart is pure towards me and the things of God, you know my voice and you're not going to miss what I'm saying. You're going to be there in the end when I come back You're not going to miss my coming. You're not going to miss my promptings to do X, Y, and Z in your life because you hear my voice, okay? So boom. So this entire time so far, he was like in like a robe, almost like a bed sheet was over the top of him, right? He takes the robe off, and underneath the robe, he has like this shirt, but it has all these holes in it. Like, it's just like, looks like a homeless man, basically. So I still can't see his face. The light shine on his face, but his body from neck down looked like a homeless man. Vagabond clothes, right? And what it told me is people aren't going to, one, be able to hear his voice, but because they have an image of God that's not true, they're going to miss when he actually does come and he does move here on earth in the last day. They're going to miss him because they're not tuned in. They don't know him. Oh my gosh, okay? So boom, it's finna get crazy. So stay with me, man, stay with me. Okay? He took off his robe and I couldn't see his face, but it didn't hurt my eyes. It reminds me of when Moses came down off the mountain and his face shone with glory. He was shining, okay? Boom. Around this time, okay, this is where it starts to get crazy. Around this time at this in the dream, he's sitting there talking to me. I'm listening like almost like a sermon. In the background, like 400, 500 yards off, I see a giant wolf. Like, this wolf is the size of like a car. You know what I'm saying? Like the size of a Tesla, right? Like, this is a giant wolf, and it's like gray and white, right? And it's making so much noise, but I'm trying to focus. Like, this is Jesus, right? I'm trying to focus on him. But in the background, I'm seeing it like to my right. It's knocking. There's like these 3 trees, like giant trees. It knocks down a tree. I look. He's still talking. He knocks down. He's about to knock down the second tree. But what I understood is that Jesus, he's all-knowing. He knew the threat was behind him and was coming towards us, but he wasn't tripping yet. So he knocks down the second tree. When he knocks down the second tree, he kind of stops, and then he's like, all right, let's go. So we take off because now it's obvious this wolf is coming. It is huge, and it is making up ground. So at this point, we take off. Boom, we start running. You know me, I ain't playing. I take off. So, you know, in these, stadium bathrooms are big, right? I go into the stadium bathroom, but on the way there, all the people that left and disappeared, they were all started running towards the bathroom with me. Like, they were trying to run and hide as well, okay? So it was almost like they disappeared, but they were still local, like still around where Jesus and I were having listened to the sermon. They were still in the area, and they saw the threat too. So they took off. So we get in the bathroom, right? Boom. Boom. We get in the bathroom. I'd run up and I'd jump on top of the stall, you know what I'm saying? I'll get on top of like the door of the stall, and this giant wolf busts in the room. Boom! He starts tearing up stuff, trying to bite at my leg. And all of a sudden, Jesus running there. Boom! He run in the door, right? Bust in the bathroom. He grabbed the wolf like this, and he go, and he breaks it and shrinks it down, like he takes his hands, pushes it together, like boom, and basically turns the wolf from like this giant creature into something like this small, like handheld, and he's like subduing it, like he's like he's like physically like just standing there like holding it tight, like you ain't finna go nowhere, right? So I started getting turned. I'm like, okay, and I felt like peace. I felt peace in my heart. Like, obviously, we're sheep. The enemy seeks to steal, kill, and destroy. Prowls around like a roaring lion, even though this was a wolf in my dream. But I'm gonna get into that. It's gonna make sense in a moment. The Lord was protecting us, protecting his saints always, okay? Good. So this is what starts getting crazy. This is the crazy part, and I think everybody needs to hear this. I'm almost done. Is right when Jesus broke this wolf down, I still can't see his face at this point. Right when he broke this wolf down, all the people that were with me, that were hiding in the bathroom with me, they like jump from in the stalls, you know what I'm saying, jump from out the trash can, whatever, right? They all start laughing, like hysterically. Like, they start laughing at me and pointing, making fun. So in my heart, my dream, I'm like, dang, why are they laughing at me? And then, get this, they all pull out basically stuffed animal versions and sizes of the wolf, the actual devil of the wolf. So they were in on it the entire time. You get what I'm saying? So this whole time, We were going to this concert to go hear this speaker together, being Jesus Christ. And it turns out they were in with the enemy the entire time. They were with the enemy the entire time. They were setting me up because I'm a true light bearer. I'm a true chosen one. I really is somebody who loves God. They knew not only the consequences of their actions, but they didn't care. They did not care, bro. And so, of course, I'm like, man, what the heck? And so they shrunk. So Jesus shrunk down the enemy into like this small version of himself. They pull out of their pockets, out of basically like thin air, the same version of that shrunken down devil. So what does that tell you? These are wheats and tares. These are the same people. These are the same people of the enemy's camp that made themselves look like children of God, that faked the funk. They faked it. They faked it, okay? This is all I got. That's really the entire dream. I'll let you interpret that how you will, but I got a couple takeaways, at least from me in my heart, right? Boom. These people were deceivers. They were deceivers. You got to watch the people who you're around, because in this last day, it's going to come down to who's really loving God and who's not. It's not going to come down to black versus white. It's not going to come down to male and female. It's not going to come down to blood relation, mother, father, because it says in the end that not only does Jesus not only bring peace, but he doesn't bring peace, but a sword. It also says that mother will be against father, father against son, mother against daughter, brother against sister, uncle against auntie, grandma against grandpa, grandchildren versus grandparents, mothers versus kids, one taking another left. It's coming down to a day and age where you got to make it on your own. Not to say that you don't live in community and have fellowship with other believers, of course. That's what I thought I was doing. And for all intents and discernment purposes, that's what it felt like. In my heart of hearts, when I was walking into that stadium, I felt good. I felt like I was around people, but it didn't matter until it really came down to it. Until everything really started to hit the fan is when everything really in somebody's life is going to come out. Okay? Think about it. There are people that are believers, quote unquote believers, that serve the enemy with all intents and purposes of their life. But the truth will always come out. What's done in darkness comes to light always. Okay? When you squeeze an orange, no matter if you paint it yellow to make it look like a lemon, orange juice gonna come out. The same way we got fruits of the spirit. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, self-control. Whenever you squeeze our life, whenever things go down in our life, certain juice come out of our life. Okay? So in the same way, you got to be able to look at something and be like, the juice that's coming out of their life, the oil that's being pressed out of their life, that's not for me. That don't taste like the oil of God. That doesn't bring the same harvest as the oil of God. No, sir, I can't be around it. Okay? But that's really all I got for y'all. Let me know down in the comments what y'all think. But this dream was crazy. I go to the amphitheater. I see Jesus preaching to me. I'm crying. I see the devil in the background. He coming. Jesus knows he's coming, but he's not worried. But then for my sake, he says, all right, let's dip. I take off. Us. And when I thought I was going to get eaten up, Jesus busts in there and subdue him. Pow. But then the people that were scared in there with me, acting like they was on my team, were actually a part of the enemy's camp the whole time. So it's a warning on many different levels. It's a communal word for the church in America, for the church across the world, that first off, that Jesus is speaking. But can you hear his voice? The second portion is, do you know what he looks like? Do you know what Jesus looks like? Do you know what his character looks like in other people? Can you identify the people of God, and can you identify God working in your life and in other people's lives? On next, we got to remember, the enemy seeks to steal, kill, and destroy always. That's the only thing he can do. He's a liar. He's a thief. He's a cheat. He brings pain. He doesn't bring anything good. Anything good he brings you turns sour at some point. It's going to be poisoning you. Okay? But at the end of the day, Jesus gonna protect his saints, gonna protect his chosen ones in the last day, gonna protect his saints in the last day. We know that. But then also remember, there's people around you that are pump faking, acting like they on your team, acting like they are part of the commonwealth of the children of Israel. They're acting like they're Judah. That's two levels. Those that have an ear to hear it. They're not Judah. They're not part of this. Jesus is coming back for his. Okay? That's all I got for y'all. Appreciate the support. I appreciate the support. Y'all give me life. Come on, man. Y'all gotta pray for your boy. It's real warfare coming off this word. I'm telling you it's real warfare, but I'm fighting. I'm fighting with y'all. Leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, and let me know if what I'm talking about hitting your soul. Let me know if I'm talking right, or if I'm talking wrong, correct me. You feel what I'm saying? It's your boy Heavenly Man Solo. I'm gonna catch you on the next video. Peace.